A giant outbreak of fires has taken place across a whole Canadian province all at once. Look up to the northeast, up here in Quebec. All of Quebec just caught on fire all at once on a clear day. I would say this would be some kind of terrorism of some kind or an attack. Here it is. Here we are. I'm going to let the images load. You can see this morning it's just partly cloudy skies. Nothing really crazy going on there. And then, well, all of southeast Quebec just caught on fire, guys. All of it. Insane. Insane. Look at that. All at once. Today. Now, this is on top of Nova Scotia and the entire western side of Canada burning. All of this up here is smoke. And I'll take you in at the start of there's last night. Look at BC, Canada up here. All of that is smoke. It's whole provinces are burning. The black dots are spots where there are fires. And then this is all smoke here. So this is now BC, Alberta, and now over to the east, you have Nova Scotia and Quebec, all burning at once. This is phenomenal right there. What? What? You kidding me?
How many times did he say all at once? And you can see that all those fires do start simultaneously. Couple points of contention I would have. He says terrorism. I believe there's a natural phenomenon occurring here, and they're dealing with it the best they can, which means it's not an attack. So when I refer to plasma fire, I'm referring to the effect. Not necessarily the cause, but the way the fire works, the electricity component to these fires, whether it's directed energy, which is provable in some cases, such as the 5 Secret Service vehicles of Joe Biden's that got smoked a few months back, and Paradise, California, and maybe some others, provably directed. But most of these seems as if it is directed, it's being directed out into rural areas where not too many structures are being burned. So that which you just heard was Dutch Sense pointing out the fire starting simultaneously. And the only way that I saw that was watching Never Lose Truth. And she's been covering plasma fire fairly consistently this summer. And she knows all of the same basic indicators that I do from having watched my videos. And she features some of my content occasionally. But what she's showing you here is that the structures burned down and that trees around them are fine. And she shows it again and again and again.
As you can see. But yeah, you check out, look at all of the trees. The trees are fine. Again, you know, very specific. It's like these wildfires target homes and cars and structures, but they leave alone the greenery.
When I say plasma fire, I'm not necessarily referencing the cause, just the effect of what's left behind afterwards. And I believe when this electricity is flowing through the ground, when there's only trees in the area, it burns the trees, particularly the ones with the deepest roots. When it comes near a structure, I believe all of the electricity draws toward that structure, that car, that house, and leaves a surrounding untouched area around the house because all of the electricity is drawn toward the structure. Trees are fine, structure's gone. So we all have room to grow, and there is a learning curve to this, but I don't think it's all firing up those dews. I think this is electricity, and it works in ways that I don't understand, and I'm still learning. So, when I say plasma fire, I'm referring to the burn patterns, and I do believe there is a natural phenomenon happening where it is not directed, and I know for sure there are certain instances where it is directed, such as the 5 Secret Service vehicles, and the engine block is the densest piece of metal, so it draws the energy. In a microwave, a more dense My analogy is put a potato and a bread roll in the microwave for 1 minute. The potato will come out much hotter because it is more dense. This is also what you see when you see logs, big logs, burnt right next to dry foliage, leaves and grass, because the log is more dense, so it draws more of that energy and it works like microwave energy. It locks onto the engine block, so whether it's the bus, the 3 cars next to it that were missing their hood, or the truck that Carol was talking about that had a hole in its hood, whether this energy is directed or not, it latches onto the engine block of these cars, and it works like electricity or microwaves.